Entrepreneurs and startups have long been associated with developed countries like the US and the UK, but new research shows that some of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world are actually developing nations, where creating and running your own business is oftentimes the primary means of survival. When you think of a developing country, you may associate it with poor economic conditions, high unemployment, and political instability. New research shows it's often those very conditions that make it lucrative for entrepreneurs. Countries that are undergoing a commercial revolution are often a hotspot for starting a new business. According to the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, the countries that have the most entrepreneurs starting a new business under 3 years or less exist in developing nations. Countries such as Uganda, Thailand, Brazil, China, and Indonesia are just some of the places that boast the highest percentage of the population that have started a new business. But as new businesses open, the rate of failure in these developing countries is higher compared to the rate of failure in developed nations.
The big issues behind the failure rate is the lack of capital to grow. The lack of sufficient capital to grow. There is capital to start, but capital to grow is often not there, and the institutional infrastructure is not there, as it is in the U.S.
The types of businesses that are emerging are often not supported by local governments.
Often they're not even companies, they're just operations of one or two people, or maybe a few people, often a family, where they're not really contributing to the economy because they're not innovating.
Experts say some of the most successful forms of entrepreneurship entails creating impact for the economy, for investors, and for consumers.
There's been a very interesting trend in Silicon Valley, I don't know how much longer it'll last, of these young companies that have not even gone to the public market yet, who are valued, they're called unicorns actually. They're valued at $1 billion, over $1 billion, and that's become a goal. Now, how do you get a $1 billion valuation? When you're not even a public company, you're still fairly young. And the answer is that you're doing something that is considered a breakthrough, that will be some form of disruption.